All right, boys and girls, before we get this show on the road, I want to give a big shout out and say I hope you heal quick to a couple friends of mine. One is my buddy Andrew Gisa, Relentless. He's an MMA fighter. He stepped down wrong in a fight and snapped his ankle. He's recovering from surgery as a day. Buddy, happy healing, and we wish you the best. You're one of the best fighters I've seen in a long time. Keep it going, get better, and you'll be fine. And then my buddy Brian Daniels, there was a situation with probably defective ammo, and he darn near lost his entire life. And thank God the people around him were trained enough to have a tourniquet and first aid on hand. He's also doing much better. So fast healing to you. Anyway, I'm Moo Juice Magic. Moving along, I have tried to make this damn video for the last week or so, give or take, maybe longer. I don't remember how long it's been. And I have never been able to make this video without getting so pissed off, so vehemently angry. My Irish has not been up in so long that I couldn't take this much control. So we're going to try it again, and we're going to go over this topic today. So bear with me. Believe me, it's worth it, and it's something that needs to be brought to light. A lot of people are, because of one person. That one person is one Rich High, also known as Angry Cops, AC for short, on YouTube, and wherever the social medias are. Now, a little bit of background on Rich. He's a drill sergeant for the Army. I think he's a National Guard, so a nasty girl. He is also a detective for Buffalo PD's Special Victims Unit, SVU. Some real law and order stuff there. And he uncovers some stuff that is, well, he brings to light some stuff that is unsettling at the very least. If you have children, or plan to, you should be aware of this. No matter where you're at. It doesn't have to be Buffalo. It could be all over the country. But we're going to watch this, and this is from directly Unsubscribe podcast, by the way. If you don't follow Unsubscribe on YouTube, you're ridiculous. If you've heard of me and haven't heard of them, then go follow them. They are far more talented, experienced dudes than I am. It's mostly veterans, cops, a guy that makes AKs on YouTube. And they just do great stuff. A lot of it's nerdy content, but a lot of it's stuff that will make a difference. This is one of those episodes where they try to make an actual difference. And Detective High throws his entire career on the line for this. So let's watch and see what has to be said. And here's the great Eli Double Tap. If you don't follow him on Twitch, I suggest you do. He games. Great content creator. Seems like a really nice guy.
If you can't tell by the thumbnail, this episode, it's not even an episode. It is something Rich, you know him as Angry Cops, brought to light. And it is something that even now I'm at a loss of words to how to even explain it. I will say viewer discretion is advised, and it does have to deal with kids. I truly believe everyone should see this message, and I know this community. We know this community, and we know you guys will help make this right and make a difference.
If you don't know who Eli is, he's a combat wounded Purple Heart veteran. He gets a little emotional once in a while. These guys do a ton of stuff for charity. The hosts of this show, Unsubscribe, they do a ton of charity work. They're very successful in what they've done because they've earned it, because they deserve it. But you might get teary-eyed too.
And really quick, so much love for Rich and what he is doing and the purpose of this.
Yeah.
All the AdSense and money that this video generates is going to be donated to the Buffalo, New York Family Justice Center. And the other reason it is running is because in order to reach as many people as possible, this is how you have to do it. Otherwise, it gets restricted. And we didn't want that for this message. Angry Cops, Rich, we will support you till the end of times with this. And I know all of you will do the same. We here, you all, we defend those who might need a little help or who don't have a voice. So again, viewer discretion is advised.
The cuts they have to do because Eli's so tore up on this. Now, I've already watched it. Now, again, watch the original episode too, but share their episode, because this needs to get out there. This has to get out there. Because the media is trying to
welcome to the
whitewash
Unsubscribed
it.
podcast. Rich has something important to say, and we would like for you all to hear it.
You ready to get sued?
Yeah. No.
Let's go.
All right. So this is this is real, and this can affect my life, but it's at the moment where it's one of those things where you got to do the right thing or not.
Okay, so yeah, this is going to get dark, guys, real quick. Now, I want you to keep something in mind. The media shit on these guys and Rich at first because of the booze on the table. You can be somebody that wants to protect kids and do the right freaking thing and still enjoy a beer. The White Claw's a little limp-wristed, but that's not on me. These guys are tough. They kick most of our asses. But pay attention to what he's about to say. And I'm not going to interrupt again until after he's done telling the story.
I didn't want to ruin the actual podcast with it. I wanted to wait till later on just in case. So here's the deal. I've been in SVU in the Buffalo Police Department for 2 years, and there was a space in between it where I left SVU, the Special Victims Unit, and I went to two other. I got promoted to lieutenant, and then went to the FBI and assisted with that, and I'm back in SVU. But during those 2 years, even before then, there has been an issue where the Buffalo school system, specifically their legal representatives in the city, like the city attorneys that specifically work for Buffalo Public Schools, right? So I'm not sure if that's the city of Buffalo buying these attorneys and having them protect them, or if it's like the schools, like lawyers for the schools as their own thing. But either way, long story short, the Buffalo school system has been intentionally not reporting the assaults of student between student, and then has also used the Buffalo Police Department's school resource officers to write reports and then had their influence over those officers to then close the reports. And that's a story I'll get into.
Right. So soft pitch, why are they doing that?
I don't know. My best estimate is that they're afraid or don't want the numbers to show that there are these police investigations occurring at their schools or assaults occurring at their schools, because it could affect funding or something somehow, which, by the way, is fucking stupid. If a crime happens at a school, it doesn't mean that funding is then stopped or prevented from going to that school. Oftentimes, if there's a problem, people will pour money into that problem to fix it. And
Okay, I know I said it wouldn't interrupt. We're going to get there. My wife and daughter work for the school district out here. They're mandated reporters. If you don't report something like this, it's a fucking felony. This is ridiculous. I don't know what the law is in Buffalo, but this is preposterous. We send our kids to school to be protected, or assuming, not because they'd be protected, assuming they'd be protected, because we're forced to send our children to school. The assumption is they would, at least if they're going to force us to send our children there, they would have a little bit of decency and protect our fucking kids. Well, we're incorrect, apparently.
I'm going to give you an example. This is a real example. There's a school that's attached to the Buffalo Science Museum. That school that's attached to the Buffalo Science Museum has doors that can go from the Science Museum into the school. Those doors are not locked. Individuals can get into them, right? Stranger danger, right? And that happened. So a stranger went into the school. It's a grade school. It's a very low school. And this person grabbed a male and a female child.
It's a very low school.
Low grade school.
So like first through fifth.
Yeah. So kids under the age of 10.
Oh, fuck.
So it goes into the school and grabs a young female child and a male child and tries to leave. And I'm gonna parcel this story up in kind of the way that the information came in. At first, the information that came in was that there was one female child that was an attempted abduction. There was no report about the second child. Kind of a big deal. The second child, the boy, had pissed himself. And when his parents came, I'm sorry, I'm getting fucked up. When his parents came to pick him up.
Those who answer.
All right, hold on. We have this stupid fucking commercial. Give me a second. So I'm going to clarify something. I'm going to play this commercial through with it on mute. And then when we get back, we'll listen to what Rich has to say. That's Rich, Angry Cops, the guy talking. I mentioned earlier that Eli gets a little clammed up once in a while and emotional like I do. Rich doesn't. Not usually. This is that bad that Rich is torn up about it. And what he's uncovered here released a fucking fountain of information. And it's just going to get worse. So keep in mind, if you got kids, you need to watch this. Even if you have a hard time hearing this kind of stuff, you need to watch it because you need to hear it. It's important. What he's doing is important because he's trying to protect our kids. The guy's an SVU. No one joins a special victims unit for money. They do it because they give a shit and want to make the right choices and help people out. So let's go back to it. The commercial's over. Hallelujah.
Take your time, brother.
Yeah, sorry. Give me a second.
You good?
You're all right, man.
When his parents came to pick him up, the school did not disclose to the parent that the kid was a part of an attempted abduction. So when parents asked him, why did my kid piss his pants at school? The teachers and the people in charge did not tell them that there was an attempted abduction. The school then deleted the video of the attempted abduction.
The fuck?
In the district attorney's office, excuse me.
Yeah, no shit.
And the district attorney's
Fucking
office
really.
only got it because somebody within the school had the wherewithal to record it and then give it to them. The district attorney's office has sent subpoenas, so like court-ordered documents from judges that are signed, to the school's legal representatives, and those representatives have intentionally not responded to them. Now, here's the weird thing, which is like this is the biggest issue right here. Is that specific one is the one that sent me over the edge. Obviously, I'm emotional from it. So, the biggest issue with this entire story, well, one of the issues with this entire story is that when subpoenaed, these legal representatives for the Buffalo School Department are ignoring the subpoenas and not just not responding to them, but being obstructionists. And
Ignore a subpoena. I fucking dare you. Guess what happens? You're going to wear some nice shiny bracelets, get tossed in a car, and go to court. But the school district is just ignoring subpoenas.
actually giving information to school administrators and school personnel to not talk to the police or assist the police in any way. In fact, to obstruct us. Like, intentionally, do not do these things. Here's how you prevent the police from doing their job.
Oh, my God.
So, and here's where, like, this
Destructive.
crux is coming in, why it's kind of a whistleblower thing is there are people that are trying to get this information from the schools, and the main obstructionist are these lawyers who, once again, I said, are ignoring subpoenas and court orders. And the only way that you can overcome that is if somebody from the court system, judge, attorney general's office in New York State, the attorney general of the United States, comes down and says, why are you not responding to these court orders? You're ordered to respond to them and you're not. And in this specific case, like destruction of evidence, which is huge. And then not telling one of the, the kid's parents.
Now, if somebody comes forward, you said somebody had the wherewithal to record the surveillance video or whatever it was.
Yeah, thank God.
If somebody comes forward with that, that's still usable as evidence.
So they have to, person, that's a weird thing about New York State. And I'm not a lawyer, and my knowledge is limited in that, but from my understanding, you need to have somebody confirm the authenticity of the recording. So let's say that it's a CCTV of like a corner store. The manager or a worker would have to show up to court and say, that is the video that from my store. When it comes from, and I don't know if this is how it was done, but let's say like a cell phone recorded the CCTV footage, and then they were like, hey, they deleted the real CCTV footage, and then gave it to the assistant district attorney. You would need somebody to authenticate that, which would, and this is where the legal process is weird to me. I'm not sure if that means that the individual that sent the CCTV recording from their phone would have to state, I'm so and so, I recorded that with my phone.
Yes,
I was in the office of such and such school, and this is recording of our CCTV footage. Or if that means that any representative from the school can say, no, what that person recorded is our CCTV footage.
Gotcha. So whoever recorded versus anyone can say yes and verify that.
So I'm not sure. Like that's something for like the lawyers to do. I'm not sure how that process goes, but
yeah. School district did that,
dude. I'm telling you, it's a lot of the schools. When I say that's the worst example that I have, which is obviously a horrible example.
So, look, this is one part of this interview. I'm not going to play the whole thing because I want you guys to go watch it. I'm going to link it in the comments. Like I said, I've been trying to make this video since this was released, since they put this out, because I followed them since the start. Unsubscribe. I followed since they started. This is ridiculous. But it gets worse because Rich gets under attack. And it becomes kind of stupid. Let's pull up this article here, and I'll read it off to you guys a little bit. Detective High versus Buffalo Public Schools. Historical incidents and patterns of conduct. The claims against Buffalo schools did not emerge in a vacuum. A review of the past decade reveals prior incidents and warning that point to a possible culture underreporting and cover-ups in the district. I can't believe I said like 4 times, guys. Give me a break. While not all involve the same administrators, together they suggest a pattern of mishandling serious allegations. McKinley High School cover-up of violence, 17 to 19, McKinley High. One of Buffalo's largest high schools, experienced a widely reported breakdown in safety and discipline a few years ago. In 2017, Superintendent, good Lord, Kreiner Cash appointed a new principal at McKinley, after which teachers say the climate deteriorated dramatically. Look, it gets crazier and crazier, guys. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. So this is telegraph.ph / detective high vs buffalo public schools 404-029. Look, there's also Take the High Road that you guys can email if you are involved in this directly. Take the High Road, spelled like his name, HY, at I think it's gmail.com, and that's for people that are involved directly and have evidence to help the case. Now, it does get further. The media decided to jump on Rich's dick and shit on him. And, brother, let me tell you how well that worked out for him. Sorry, another advertisement for this I'm trying to play. That didn't work so well because one of the hosts of the show is the Fat Electrician. If you don't know who the Fat Electrician is, well, you need to follow him too. He is a big history buff, and he likes to do a lot of research. He's also a very intelligent person. So there's a follow-up video here we're going to watch a little bit of, and we're going to respond to it. It's going to start with Eli Double Tap and go on from there. Now, it's not in their normal studio, but it is over like Zoom or something, whatever they do.
Cody, if you want to kick it off, Mr. Cody, of why of this real quick update video for everyone. To the people watching right now, by the way, this is a rare thing. We're actually doing it streaming to each other instead of in person, and there's reasons behind that. We can't just fly Rich down because the new stuff that has came out. But
by the way, at that time, Rich was getting shit by the media. He was in another place trying to find out more information on how to find missing kids in fucking Buffalo.
Cody, if you want to introduce and get this going.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm joined today by Angry Cops, the Fat Electrician, Eli Double Tap, Brandon Herrera, and myself, Donut Operator. We are here today because our friend Angry Cops has some updates about the whole Buffalo school system situation. What you got, Rich?
The local media hates me.
Oh.
Yeah, we see that.
It seems that trying to disparage me is far more important than looking out for the children of Buffalo. So how dare I even go on your podcast?
And how dare we drink? How dare we drink on that podcast too?
Yeah, fucking how dare
Hashtag
you, Eli?
absolutely foul.
Listen, I heard you burp, which means you're not allowed to protect children.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So ridiculous. So fucking ridiculous.
I love how their tone has changed as it becomes apparent that you were A, correct, and B, they get pushback from everybody involved.
The media is
I don't care that he had empty cans near him and he burped at one point while he's trying to expose corruption and endangering kids.
Yeah, no, this is a Fat Electrician. Well, I'm not going to play this whole interview either. I want you guys to go and check it out. It's on the Unsub YouTube channel, but I'm just giving my input and synopsis here of what's going on because these guys are doing the fucking right thing, and we all should. We all should. Again, I've been trying to make this video since the first one came out in response. As soon as I saw Rich getting shit on with the media, I started getting pissed. I was already pissed. As a father of 4, and you protect kids, dude. I got nieces, I got nephews, I had a niece, and I have nephews, but it's rough to go through all of this bullshit and to hear the school that you are told you have to send your kids to be involved in. Kids are sacred, man.
It is
so much for a rocky past.
It's wild. That's the way to downplay it.
That's my favorite part of the entire thing. They're like, this detective has a rocky past, and he's accusing the Buffalo public school systems. You guys want to hear about the rocky past of the Buffalo public school systems? Because I have it. I've covered every fucking scandal they've had since 1970. You guys.
He printed a fucking binder of scandals from the Buffalo School District.
Want to get into those real quick? I can give you just the brief overviews.
I know what today we're going to talk about.
Yeah, today we're talking about the Buffalo school system.
Yeah, before we get into that is the one thing. The main thing is, Rich, you have something we will tie in wherever it falls. We'll go through this linearly of how everything is unfolding. Rich got hit with a big thing, right?
Yeah, I now have evidence that I can share, like that I don't have to sit on and wait. I have evidence that I can share that has to do with one of my investigations is closed that I got just the other day that it's going to It's gonna make me look as like I know what I'm talking about.
Wild. You were right. Huh. You weren't making shit up. Huh.
Oh.
All right, guys. I'm gonna reel it in here because I want you to go support them. So unsubscribe podcast and go watch this stuff. Go follow Angry Cops if you don't already. Subscribe, comment, give support, share their content, share these videos. I've shared both of my social media stuff, my private social media, because I have multiple social media accounts. But get involved and let's do a change. Let's get things corrected here, because the worst nightmare a parent can have is something bad happening to your kids. They vanish, they get hurt, and you can't help them. The biggest part is not being able to help them. And kids are sacred, and these guys are trying to do the right fucking thing. Definitely support Rich High. If you're in the Buffalo area and your kids are part of that school district, or you've seen something like that, go check out their email there. Throwing that out there. Anyway, covering up. I said again. Sorry, guys. Normally I'm better about that. Covering up crimes against children is just as bad as being part of the crime, in my opinion. And it should be handled the same way. I think that everyone knows how I feel about how that should be handled. We got a buddy here for that, Woodrow T. Woodchipper. If you're going to support pedos or protect them, or child abusers. Now, there's other stories Rich tells in the first one and in this, and Nick goes into a lot more, Fat Electrician goes into a lot more detail on this. Now, guys, keep in mind, I don't know these guys at all. I have corresponded in chat here and there with Eli on his live stream, and it's been just a brief, hey, love your stuff. Hey, cool. But beyond that, I don't know them. I'm in California. I think the Fat Electrician is from like Ohio, and the other guys are living all in Texas, I think. So, never met them. No ties to them, to clarify. But I support what they're doing, and you should too. Anyway, keep your kids safe. I'm Mood Juice Magic, and I love you in the face. I'll catch you guys next time.